Hey everybody, this is Vril. Welcome back to Europa Universalis IV and our playthrough as the Vikings here. So we are preparing a war against England and Scotland once again, and this will be the second time we've done this. And looking at their military level, they're level 6 and level 6, so we're a little bit ahead of time on them. And we're actually stockpiling a little bit of admin tech and military tech, actually Diplo as well, so we had the opportunity to get another idea group, and with that said, I'm going to spend our Diplo power on this land of opportunity. We'll be using that more in, like, I'd say the next 20 years or so. We'll start trying to do a little bit of exploration of the oceans over there. So we've got another idea group, and I was thinking originally to do expansion ideas, and that would give us some extra colonists and merchants, things like that. But I'm going to go with the religious ideas. That'll give us some extra mercenaries, and that should help us, especially when we integrate Ulster here momentarily. We're going to have, 6 or 7 provinces plus whatever we take in this upcoming war. We have a lot of mercenaries missionaries to use. And let's go ahead and just unlock that first step of this. Use some of that admin text so that we don't run up against it, and maybe do a little bit more development here as well. Whatever the most manpower is for the cheapest price. I think it's this one, so we'll do that a couple times. And I'm going to go ahead and get our military advisor here. Between reinforced speed and discipline plus 5%, I always like the discipline, so I'll go with this guy. And we have a fleet of transports just hanging out in the English Channel. That's not sure why they're doing that. And we had this diplomat over in Denmark that was building a spy network, so let's go ahead. I want to get to Skane. We had a claim on that before, but it expired because these last 25 years. And yeah, let's actually move our army in that general direction. These guys were asking us military access last episode as well. So yeah, what I'm thinking to do as soon as we hit 25 here, I think that's what it's going to cost to fabricate another kingdom. Yeah, 25. We'll go ahead and be preparing for that date. So about, 15. Once this number gets to 15, we'll turn our forts on. When it hits 20, we'll turn our army maintenance on. So with the backing members of the Holy Roman Empire, the Emperor has enacted some reforms here. We get build cost, development cost, minus 5%. Alright. And a casus belli on non-members holding imperial territory, so probably don't care too much about that one. Okay, we've got some barracks coming online. We've got a bunch of transports. Actually, speaking of transports, let's go and mothball that fleet. I'm thinking before we go to war, I'll probably recruit a admiral for this fleet here. We actually finally have a decent fleet. So the state has lived off the contribution of the nobles for a long period of time. Now the country is doing well, so the nobility is eager to take their cut of the cake. Well, that's pricey. They'll gain 10 loyalty. Alright, well, that's not good. We're going to take a loan, but I'm okay with that. So we've gained diplomatic insult, casus belli against England. They have insulted us. Okay, well, we are going to be taking that momentarily anyway. Okay, all of our new transports were online. Let's go ahead, merge these guys all up, put them down in Kent as well, mothball them. Merged, mothballed, and merged again. Yep, we have loans once again. Hopefully we don't get too many loans going forward. We were making money. So those nobles were being greedy on us. That's okay, they're the ones that control our fate in terms of the in terms of the manpower, so we gotta keep them happy. So watching this number to get to 15, and then we'll go ahead. Okay, so a great advisor and our employee has died. We've got a bunch of truces that are ending as well. Let's see, what do we got here? Morale of the navies, never really liked that one. But actually, now that I say that, we're going to be doing some naval battles, so let's go ahead and just do that. Alright, so I think we are ready to turn our forts on. That one was already on. And then once we get to 20, we'll go ahead and turn our army maintenance on as well. Something going on here. If I can hit the right key, there we go. Yeah, so it looks like Castile. Yeah, so these guys are allied once again. That's why we're not declaring war on England. So, attacker against Granada. So, Castilian reconquest, or not reconquest, but just conquest of Maria, which the English are helping in. So, it could be good for us. Anyway, let's stay on target and get our date going here on, I guess for about 5 months. Let's do our army maintenance. Our military leader here is quite a bit better than our previous ones. Torquil Fleming, 2031. The last guy we had was a 1010, I think. Okay, let's actually go ahead, bring our ships home. Let's put them down in London. Possibly Kent would be fine too, yeah. Let's actually move our transports. Transports, yeah, so we'll have to remember to mothball all this stuff. Like this one. It's already there. Okay, so these guys actually, now that we had that advisor and we're getting 1 extra military power per month, I'm going to go ahead and recruit an admiral. And let's see, what is he? He's a 1101. Okay, Rongvald Cruz, I guess. So he's okay. I mean, he's better than anybody else we've had. So we'll just put him out in the channel here. He can hang out there for when we actually declare a war, which will be in 1 month. Let me check our... Yeah, we needed 1 more month for our garrisons as well. Okay, we're ready to go. So, actually, I want to see what's going on. Is England leaving their entire army away? So they humiliated us, or insulted us, and then they left their country without an army. Yeah, they have no manpower. This should be very good for us. Scotland still has 12k, decent manpower. Let's go ahead, fabricate this final claim, and we'll do it on the Midtjylland here. Midtjylland, something like that. And what else? Oh yes, bring these guys back and we'll go ahead. And I guess this is the theory, but actually, let me just check. No, they're not interested in just giving the stuff away. Okay. We will be battling you then. So, Holy War, just out of curiosity. Prestige, 100% cost. Will give you ticking war score. Winning 80% would. But does this bring in... They are cursed infidels. Let's try using this. It's for all provinces. 100% cost. 100% aggressive expansion, 100% prestige, and 100% cost. 125% prestige. I don't see any reason to not use this unless this really like angers the the Pope. Maybe, I suppose it could. But again, France is joining us in our holy war. All right, well, Can't give them any territory either. Well, we'll call them into battle here. So we've got the Viking Crusade against Scotland. Alright. So we'll have these guys head towards the capital. We already have a naval battle here in the Dover Strait. What have they got? Some galleys or trade ships or something like that. For some reason... No, we're taking it down now. Did we capture anything? Well, we took these guys out. Took out all of their ships. And we did capture one, but I'm not sure if we captured that or... I guess we can check. No, I think the French did. Alright, well... Guess these guys are not going anywhere. Pretty good general. This is the same guy that we fought against before in the previous war, so he's still around and alive and ticking. But we won, and we lost a lot of our infantry, none of our cavalry. So where is that guy going? Can we see? Ayrshire. We would arrive late. Let's just leave these guys at the capital. We'll let them live to fight another day. Alright. Okay, we do have a free diplomat, so... Maybe put it on Bohemia, or did we do that already? Yeah, we actually did do that already. I think we just did this with Brandenburg. Maybe Mecklenburg has been an ally of the Denmark for the longest time. Let me just check out Denmark's. Actually, did we? No, we did not. Improve relations with Sweden. Let's do that instead. That will be something probably the next focus we'll do is probably trying to get Swedish independence and an alliance with Sweden, and then continuing getting a little bit of territory in Denmark established and maybe Norway as well. So here we go. We basically have the English Channel pretty much blockaded here. These guys are just hanging out in port, though. I don't like that. They are down here in Navarra, though, sieging out most everything. We're gaining 9 a month, okay. So the question of rights. A subject of ours currently holds land on which we have claim. If we reclaim of this province for ourselves, they would undoubtedly regard us as us with contempt and distrust. On the other hand, they would be in no position to stop us from taking control of the area if we would wish to do so, and I guess this is probably Ulster. Yeah, we don't want to make them angry. Actually, it doesn't even matter at this point. Yeah, we'll just let it be in the middle of a war. But yeah, it wouldn't have mattered because we were already past that whole we care about what their feelings are stage with the vassal there. Alright, these guys are back apparently. They're going to be sieging Lothian. Apparently, yeah, we have the walls are breached. We could attack, but certainly will not do that. I want to come out of this war with the same manpower I had last time, which was a big old 0. Looks like France is doing pretty well there. Okay, we've got a battle has commenced. No leader. Did the French join? Yes, so they're just hanging out in port there, waiting for the enemy to arrive. Okay, we lost a couple ships, but we won the battle. Okay. Siege continues. Probably take about a year for this siege to finish off, most likely. Well, so far I'm glad that the Scottish guys didn't get across here, because I think they could have. I mean, we could move our fleet there, but I'm not going to. I'm almost thinking, though, that we could bring our fleet in. I'm a little bit worried about them getting killed. Apparently our walls are breached in Lothian as well, but we'll be... Yeah, they're not too. Okay, so we have a visit from shady people once again. A few slightly shady-looking characters have appeared at the court offering their service to the Duke. I'm going to go ahead and gain the prestige. I don't care about spy network construction. Okay, we won the siege here. That's pretty big for us, actually. So let's take this army out. Hopefully. Some pretty heavy losses there. Yeah, our infantry are really getting it when we go into these battles here. Cavalry and everything is fine. I'm gonna go just siege these out around here. Actually, let me split. And we'll do multiple ones, just so that the Scottish can't actually get any troops together. We just got through that. Let's make a move like that. As long as they can't regenerate their forces. There is a pretty big English fleet here. Yeah, there's a heavy ship in there. So I know we don't really need to siege these out, but as long as we can prevent them from actually rebuilding any of their forces, I think it's a good idea. Let's actually split these guys up even more. So we are starting to lose some claims. That's okay, that was on Pomerania, which is like an ill-thought claim that I decided to make a few episodes back. Okay, so these guys, just everybody's sieging these out. We can get things together here as soon as these guys are done, and we'll head down to England to 76% war score, but I would like to... Whoa. Where's this guy heading? Ayrshire. Okay, we should be okay then. Okay, let's merge this up. We happen to not have our army leader there, so luckily we made it just in time. And they canceled their attack once we did that. They're going to try to re-siege back Ayrshire, it looks like. Yeah, they just did. And we'll take out their main stack. Try to, anyway. Ah. 1486, what time? Sorry, November 20th, and we'll arrive too late, so I guess we'll go right here. Good stuff. So I just wanted to look prestige, some tradition there, get more tradition for losing, so they had more than we did. Keeping an eye on this military power number. Let me go ahead, number one, let's check how... I think we're still quite a bit off on the next upgrade point. But let's see, what am I doing here? Yeah, development is what I wanted to do. Wow, 400. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, we took that back. So they'll be totally without anything. So what should we actually siege out next? What do we have claims on, if we could see that? These couple northern provinces. Let's see if we can take Cumbria. And we'll see if the French decide to maybe help us. English have brought some troops, it looks like. I see they're trying to siege out in London. They're trying to take Kent as well. Okay, we're actually really going quick on this siege, so let's just hang out here for the moment. We've got the walls have been breached down in London, and we finally took our first loan of the war. That's not bad. We've certainly been in a whole lot worse situations with the last war. Let's finish off this siege and then go attack these guys in London, though. Slightly quicker than they are. Yeah, they are in the final stage as well, though. Let's see how lucky we are. Whatever happens, we should... Okay, we have the French have arrived. So this is going to be going very, very quickly. We're almost to 100% war score anyway. So the electors have elected Albrecht VI of Austria as the new emperor. The new lawful sovereign of the Holy Roman Empire has promised to protect the rights of the states. Yeah, okay. Okay, we have another English general here. Or English army stack. And we've improved completely with Sweden. So, actually, with that said, it does look like we're about out of time for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll continue finishing off this war against England in the next episode. So until then, have a good one, and I will see you guys next time.